Hey everyone,
Hi, welcome to TFT Tarot for today.
Divine Dabblings with
Oberon.
and me, Banshee.
Welcome everybody.
Welcome. Hey, Mr. O, what
Yes.
time is it?
Let's see. 2 days before or 3 days before? I'm totally trained.
3 days,
Totally
before
trained.
my birthday.
Other than the internal clock, but I knew what it was about.
It's party time, that's what it is.
You're a cool cat yourself, Masonic. But here's the coolest cat of all.
There he is, Sunman is with us. He says, yes, I am.
Go on.
Go
Do
on.
it.
Go on, Sonny.
Pose for us. Yes.
Up. You know, it's funny. I think he saw himself in the camera there, but of course, when he gets up, he's out of the camera. So I think he was going to check himself out. Well, anyway, welcome to the show, everyone. I hope everybody is doing well. I hope you and yours are healthy and, stay that way. And today, I decided to grab my bird signs to do a collective reading for everybody. And you know what? I've got these 3 piles here. I'm just wondering if maybe you guys could help me decide which pile I should read from. Pile 1, pile 2, or pile 3. The first person who puts it in the chat, I'll take it.
Masonic must have known you were going to do that. No, that was actually there for a few minutes now.
Okay. He still says 3.
Well, maybe.
Okay, then. We're going to do just
Maybe you
that,
should be running the
Masonic.
show because you seem to know what we were about to do.
Oh, no. Look what I've got. It's the vulture. But it looks to me that the vulture is about education. Yeah, we'll have to check that out. I thought I was done with school. There's always something to learn. Okay, black large scavenger bird with an impressive wingspan. Its wings lift and fly in a slight V shape in flight. Uh-oh. Sonny just took out our camera.
Again.
Here is the bird wisdom. Vulture with its unfeathered head is not usually considered beautiful, but it soars more gracefully than any other bird. Shake off the judgments of others. Keep practicing your unique graces and keep offering them to the world. When the sun rises, vulture perches in the tops of trees and spreads its wings to warm its body and to realign its feathers. Try the yogic movements known as the sun salutations to align your body and mind with the new day. Vulture feasts on carrion, turning what is dead into new life. In other words, vulture is an expert at recycling. Learn about the benefits of recycling and the world to make a difference in the environment and health of the planet. So that was interesting.
And of course, vultures are also important in the Egyptian pantheon with Mut, M-U-T, Mut, who is one of the older goddesses in the Egyptian pantheon.
Well, this deck, Bird Signs, is written by Gigi Carbone and illustrated by Mary Ruzicka, and it really is a beautiful deck. I love using it.
All right.
Hey, Balkus, welcome, welcome.
Hi, Balkus.
Get you on the list.
So how's everybody doing today?
Hope all is well wherever you are coming from.
Absolutely.
It's been crazy in our state. Still
Yes.
is, sadly. So we don't know what's going to happen from minute to minute, really. We're just trying to make ends meet by, trying to figure out where next to get our food from every day. That seems to be the big challenge, is shopping and doing, trying to get deliveries and things like that, and trying to get essential supplies like toilet paper. It's the hardest thing to come by next to paper towels because I can't find any paper towels anywhere either.
It's a crying shame.
Indeed. So let's see. What decks are you using today, Mr. O?
Mr. O is using the Navigator's Tarot of the Mystic Sea,
Okay.
which has some Tree of Life stuff going on there, and it's very colorful and odd. And I'm also using an actual Golden Dawn Tarot, which I don't use here very often, maybe once or twice.
Mm-hmm.
And it says nice little keywords like despair and cruelty.
Nice.
And, well, that was for the Five
You
of
say.
Swords. And then also going to use my Tarot of the Ages, which also
I like that.
has Golden Dawn or Tree of Life symbology on it. So I picked 3 decks today that all have similar kind of motifs or ideologies behind them. And you? What are you using?
Hey, I've got the Animal Totem Tarot again, and guess what? I have the book. So if we want to look up the animals later, it'll be a lot easier to do so. And then I've got the Cyril Marchetti Lenormand. I also have the, oh gosh, what is
After Tarot.
the After Tarot. I don't know why I got hung up on that. I was thinking about its predecessor, the Before one, and wondering, did I buy that one or not? I'm not really sure I have the full
I
set.
don't think you do.
And then I have the Cyril Marchetti Tarot Grand Lux. Those are my tools of choice today. And if we get started and there's not a lot of people, remember, we can always do some extra things later. And there I go jinxing us again, because every time I say that, more people come and we get a full slate.
So let's get right to it.
Okay.
And
On my birthday? Do you know that I'm going to be 63 this year, and that's a 9 number, and my birth name and my birth date is numbers 9. So it's kind of momentous. Plus, this is a 9 year for me as well.
Alrighty then.
What did you want to say? I know it wasn't about my birthday.
Well, it was about getting started.
Oh. Okay.
And I was going to mention that I believe that the last time K-Dash was here, but was not first in line and didn't stick around for the reading. So I believe that's what happened. So we missed you, but I am noticing that you are here first. So I guess that means you will definitely get your reading today. Unless you left her already.
So then we're just getting started without much ado. Any announcements? Do you have your emotional exchanges ready to go?
Yeah, I'll watch it tomorrow at 9 o'clock.
Watch it tomorrow at 9 o'clock a.m.
My emotional exchanges.
Eastern Standard Time.
Weekly forecasts for the emotional ups and downs of each sign by their elemental association. That's tomorrow at 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time on our YouTube channel. I tried a different camera view, and I think I liked it because things were clearer. I noticed sometimes that the cards, due to our aging machinery here, we don't always have a very clear picture on some of the cards. So this looked a little bit better. So hopefully everyone will enjoy that.
Hey, is anybody like me missing their hairdressers? Because my bangs are gone. I don't know what to do. I can't cut them. I'm not going to let him cut them. So I'm just out of luck.
I guess so.
You got hats. I need hats.
Well, you have to have the head to wear the hat. And your head's pretty big, so we'll have to keep looking for that hat.
It's hard to find hats to fit my head. It is true. It is true. Oh, well. Okay. Enough banter, Mr. O?
I think so.
All right, K-Dash, we don't want to lose you, or we don't want to lose you again. So let's see what you got. Love reading again.
Okay, that's right. You had the cosmic cards. Okay,
that's right.
I remember that. There was somebody else. There was actually 1 or 2 people that slipped away before we got to the
Well,
reading.
you're lucky number one anyway, Kay,
Number one is
today.
lucky for you. Alrighty, so what deck are we going to use?
How about one of yours, Mr. O?
Very good.
Let's
So
start
we'll
you
use
off.
the Tarot of the Ages.
Okay.
It's a quite unique deck. I think it was one of the first ones I got that was like this.
Every night, Sunny and Sassy sit next to me on the love seat. I have them on either side. They're like armrests for me. And this has been happening ever since we've been staying home for the quarantine. They never used to do that before like that. Hey, Patton. Welcome, welcome.
Oh, hi, Patton.
Nice to see you.
Did you hear the little forlorn
I did.
meow?
Oh.
I think that's
I don't know if that
Shadow.
made it on our microphone, but one of our cats was crying.
I think it's Shadow.
Could be. Shadow's not feeling well tonight. Maybe a little hairball issue.
Don't know.
All right, I'm ready.
Okay.
Love reading for K Dash.
Alrighty, here we go.
We're staying as safe as we can. How's it going over there, Patton?
Okay, our first card is the Seven of Cups reversed. Then we have the Ten of Swords reversed.
Yikes.
Yeah, that's
But
a
it's
big
reversed.
yikes. It is reversed.
That's better.
And the Six of Cups upright. So that's kind of an interesting combination of cards.
Yeah.
Well, with the Seven of Cups reversed, I'm thinking that somehow some pressure has alleviated and you feel more compelled or interested in following through with some plans. Maybe there were some things that were distractive and you needed to focus. There's so much going on right now. And I also feel, too, that maybe with this Ten of Swords here, that some of this was about overcoming some adverse conditions. You know, there's just so much going on right now. So if I was going to put this into the context of a love reading, of course, your cups are here.
Yeah.
And cups do talk about the emotionality. So it could be that what this card is saying is that you're focusing on one over other situations from that emotional point of view. Maybe if there is more than one person, you're sort of gravitating towards one. Or maybe if there's just more than one set of emotional circumstances that you feel you need to focus on. And what it could be about, of course, is this adverse condition that you seem to be conquering. So I'm wondering if it could be that you've decided to move away from somebody who maybe you thought was friendly, but maybe wasn't so much. Do you want to make any comment here?
Oh, yeah. You know, I'm looking at these cards, Kay, and I'm thinking to myself that maybe the focus has been on, you know, like a world of pain, you know, that you had gone through, some world of hurt in relationships, and, you know, maybe the time is to let that go. It looks to me, this is really interesting. I'm not sure if I'm picking this up right, but when I see the Six of Cups here, kind of at the end of the reading, I'm wondering if you're not going to revisit some relationship from the past, or if not a relationship from the past, maybe somebody you knew in the past.
Well, see, and that gives me a little idea here with this one was that maybe there were these other things happening, like maybe there were people from the past who were trying to get your attention again. And it may be that you're going that direction because whatever else you're dealing with right now causes a level of adversity you want to deal with. And so there's more security with someone that you already know better, that kind of thing, maybe. So I'm wondering if maybe you're just going to find that what your choices are will lead you towards something you felt comfortable with before. If it's not really the same person, it's just a set of circumstances, a personality like, a situation like.
I'm just trying to regain my thoughts. I had something in my head, but I totally forgot. I don't know. Something to do with that Six of Cups, though. I'm thinking, too, that maybe the idea with the Six of Cups too might be that, something that you had in the past was that really brings a lot of good feelings back or good memories. You want to kind of rekindle that feeling in yourself again so that maybe, you're looking for somebody right now who can rekindle those feelings you felt in a relationship that was really special to you. So I know we're throwing a lot of things out here, but probably nothing really specific. Oh, hi, Josephine. I'll get you on the list. Something really specific about what's coming your way. I think what might be coming your way, and I think you kind of agree, is it could be somebody that you have some past association with in some way.
I'm holding out the idea too that maybe they're not exactly that person from the past, but that there may be something that's reminiscent enough. Maybe it's somebody that's connected to that person. Like an example, maybe there's somebody's friend or brother that you didn't know that well, but you knew them, and maybe they're kind of gonna sort of show up and move into the picture a little bit. But I also think I want to stress that some of this is a movement towards somebody to move away from something else, something that's bad for yourself. And even if this isn't happening right now, I sort of feel like this is going to be happening probably within a matter of weeks even.
Well,
what you got there?
I don't mean to throw water on that, but I do have the maze. And I have the whip, and that kind of came after the maze.
So you see quicker.
Well, no, I'm thinking the maze, you got to work. The maze, is kind of a card of confusion.
Okay.
Unless there's some cards that would mitigate that, and this is not one of them. What I'm thinking is, maybe something's going to happen that's going to confuse you in some way with love or relationships. Okay, go on.
The confusion maybe is about the fact that there is sort of a sudden denouement to this bad situation. Like maybe somebody just says, that's it, I'm done, and just sort of does a stab in the back. Somebody, and that's confusing. Somebody who abruptly decides to leave your life or to leave your situations. I think that's what's going to cause that confusion.
Yeah, I'm not really sure. The other possibility is maybe if this is somebody from your past, it might just, this new person, it might just kind of throw you off your game a little bit. It's kind of like you maybe never would have suspected you would have had a relationship with this person before. So I'm wondering here if this situation...
Which kind of goes to the idea that it's maybe somebody who you knew, but not as well as this other past thing.
Possibly. And I'm wondering too, because the whip is kind of a fast motion, a fast thing, if this isn't going to happen within a month, that you might encounter.
Well, I did say
this
weeks,
person.
so a few weeks is a month.
Well, you've got it, Mr. O.
Already.
There, gotcha.
Thank you. Alrighty, so that's what we have.
Well, that's what we have
Kate-ish.
today. It didn't seem like it was uberly specific,
Yeah,
but I do
so-
think something's coming, and for some way, somehow, there's an association with the past here.
Well, the Seven of Cups has dreamlike qualities about it anyway, and then in a way the Six of Cups does too, because it's sort of like nostalgic, so it's a little bit dreamy.
So I'm going to go over the list, and then I just want to address something to Patton. Bonita's next, and then Masonic, Balkis, Patton, and Josephine. So, Patton, yeah, I hear you on the quarantine. We're still locked down till April 30th at least, and I know a few states in the U.S. have already said that they're going to lock down to May 15th. So I'm suspecting that's probably going to happen here as well, because our death rate and our infection rate in Michigan is still rising pretty heavily.
It probably hasn't peaked yet, but it may be close, but it's still like maybe 1 to 2 weeks away from a peak, I think,
Yeah.
from what I'm hearing.
So we've got it bad here. It's just some things have been really not happy. So, but everybody's going through it, and it's hard everywhere right now.
Wow.
So let's see, Bonita, you are up, and then after Bonita is Masonic, Balkis, Patton, and Josephine.
Alrighty.
And
And you're
we'll
welcome, K-Dash. Thank you.
We'll see who else comes in. And yes, you're very welcome, K-Dash.
And yes, let's ask again sometime if you want, and maybe things will be a little clearer.
Oh, for summer, absolutely. Okay.
Alrighty.
Let's take a look at. Oh, I'll do one of mine.
Okay. Do you want to collect your cards?
Uh, I got one. I got two. Thank you. We do want to operate with a full deck, Mr. O.
Speak for yourself.
So the good news for me is I'm still working from home. I still have a job. Mr. O has a job. Our son still has a job, but they're both home and not working right now.
Hi, Libra. We will add you.
Oh, hey, Libra. Welcome, welcome. One more shuffle. Oops. Maybe one more. I didn't like that shuffle.
When we'll be doing a Brexit update?
Well, that's a good question. And by the way, I'm so amazed at Boris Johnson's fortitude to get through, the coronavirus the way he did. I was kind of wondering about that for a while there. I think we should do one sooner than later because there's things that are probably going to be happening eventually. I just wonder, has things slowed down, Patton, because of the because of what's going on in Britain right now?
Okay, so
right.
a summer love reading for Benita.
Oh, okay, that's not bad. Oh, that's not great, but actually that's reversed, so I don't know how you're going to feel about that one. So it's interesting here. We have all swords for you. And swords can be kind of difficult cards, but we have the Three of Swords, and it's reversed. And we have the Four of Swords, and it is reversed. And we have the Seven of Swords, and it is reversed. Now, reversals aren't always bad, as you will find out with this reading. But, it is interesting to me that you have all swords and they're all reversed. It's kind of an interesting thing, because swords aren't exactly cards of love either. But there are some things happening here. It looks as though old wounds or sorrows are healing with the Three of Swords. That, your heart is in a better place, let's just say by summer. And the Four of Swords reversed indicates that there's going to be some renewed activity. There's going to be movement. And so since this is a love reading, I would say that indicates that something's going to happen. This card is reversed, the Seven of Swords. Oh, look at this. Sunny does not like the Seven of Swords. But at any rate, with it reversed, I'm thinking that could this be somebody coming from the past? Is that what this card is indicating?
Maybe, but what I'm thinking is sort of like that just in the romantic preview for you or outlay, I'm seeing some adversity stuff going on there. And I don't know if there's like lingering things from a previous relationship
So
you're
that's
getting over. Maybe it's about the separation of that breakup or the ending of that relationship, and there's still some strife stuff there. But I do see action again, awakening back into activity with that Four of Swords there.
Yeah.
And then I'm just wondering that with the Seven of Pentacles too, that
Swords.
That maybe what that's telling me is maybe it's possible that an old relationship may come back and you may decide to give it another spin, or you may decide to see about a reconciliation of some sort. So I'm wondering if that's possibly what this is telling us, is that, and I would just have to say that with the swords, it was like one of those things where like there was a lot of tension or back and forth stuff in the relationship. I'm not saying that there wasn't love, but it just seemed like there were some problems and adversities maybe in this previous relationship. I don't know if it's that last one. So,
well,
but I think that there's a likelihood that something from the past may come back for a reconciliation.
This is really funny to me. Did we not use two different decks? Did we not get like something from the past coming from each deck?
Yeah, that's true.
It is in different cards, but it's just the way they fall and what they fall by that leads us this way. And so I'm thinking I wouldn't rule out a past connection here. And in your case, Benita, I sense it's more tied to a person from your past. Now, with our previous reading, it could have been a number of things from the past, but
this may
is
be
really
somebody
tied.
else. If it isn't a reconciliation, it is sort of like some sort of balancing of the scales. Like maybe they have to at least equivocate somewhat with you, or they have to make some sort of amends. It doesn't necessarily say you would reconcile, but they have to sort of even the score a little bit is what I'm thinking it means.
And I'm kind of thinking maybe that's key to your moving on here, with this movement that, you're
You need
finally
to have that evening
you're
of the
finally
score.
free of all of this and you're moving on. Because it definitely looks like something's happening in the summer. And I'm going to throw the Lenormand, see if we get any more detail on that. It's really funny to me that the cards aren't getting very specific about stuff like this, and who knows, maybe it's just because of all the uncertainty with what's going on right now in our lives. Will we be able to go out and mingle in society again and forge relationships and things by summer? I don't know.
I think they should come up with a new kind of Ouija board. One for contacting the living that aren't present.
Oh, gosh.
And then they could just call it We, W-E, job.
Okay.
Oh, wait, that's called Facebook or Twitter or social media. So we're pulling a Lenormand, Benita, and this will be the last little bit of information we have for you. What do you got?
Well, I did get the bouquet, which is generally a good card. However, I got the mountains after that. And so I'm thinking here, to get what you truly desire, which I'm looking at this card that way, to get what you truly desire, it looks like you're going to have to climb some mountains first. In other words, there are some obstacles to this through the summer. So my guess is that this isn't going to happen really soon in the summer. It's probably going to happen later in the summer.
My slant's slightly different and is maybe slightly less favorable, but I'm wondering if something happens, something new here happens, but it proves to be kind of like rocky ground, obstacles. So once again, it could just be maybe there's some sort of and I'm not trying to say this in a bad way, but maybe there's some patterning going on where some of your relationships are kind of rocky, and then maybe you're the kind of person that you expect a lot, or you get into relationships with people who expect a lot, and so there's sort of a balancing act in some of your relationships, getting across the rocky landscape. But then if you do, maybe it will work out. So
that's not bad. Awesome secondary. So it's either mine or his, but that's what it looks like to me, that it might be a little later this summer.
Yeah, it doesn't say it's not happening. It's just sort of like, it's a game, it's a struggle.
And like he said, it could be in the end, something happens, but you may decide it's just not worth the effort.
Right.
Yeah.
And thank you. Masonic says we can do Patton because they posted their question. Thank you, Masonic. And we, gee, Patton, you're not going to work or anything.
Things have been slowed down. That's what the public has been told. But I feel let's just talk if anything has been speeding up.
Oh, ooh,
Will anyone in my family get COVID-19? Oh, gosh. Okay, Patton.
Like
well, remember, it's just a card reading,
I know.
and it's just a snapshot in time. So always remember, things can change. People can avoid situations that are dangerous.
You're welcome, Benita.
But we'll see what the cards say. And I will totally be honest with you about what we see. I guess that's a yes, no, eh?
Yes. No.
I've been afraid to ask some of these questions myself, Patton, believe me. But I do a lot of readings for myself, and I look at the trends, and I kind of get the answers whether I want to hear them or not. Or whether I want to specifically look for them or not.
Well, I've now been home, out of work, quarantined for over a month, and I think this was probably the first day where I really started to feel like I don't know if I can do this much longer. Of course I can, but
I like being at home, but it is kind of crazy. It is kind of crazy trying to get my work done. There are a lot of distractions. There's bunnies outside this window that I distract me, squirrels, the cat's watching them. Just about anything can distract me. There was snow falling the other day or yesterday. That distracted me a whole lot. And we're getting more snow Friday. We might get up to 2 inches of snow Friday. What?
and I'm slightly distracted here because Sunman's tail keeps swishing around. Oops. Okay, can you say that question again?
It was, would anybody in the family is going to get COVID?
Okay, it's leaning towards snow. You have only one ace pattern, which is the marker for whether or not it's yes or not. I don't know what those things are. Ugh.
Oh,
But you have two other cards, which are kind of interesting. You have the Page of Swords. So I'm suggesting that with the Page of Swords, and of course there's a word there,
oh, decomposition. That's great.
decomposition. But to me, that's not the typical meaning of the Page of Swords.
No.
However, if I wanted to put that into this light, I would say that this just tells me that maybe in terms of the idea of health and wellness, that the page is sort of directing you to have that in order and to basically decompose it so that it's not there. The Page of Swords traditionally stands for poise, grace, tact, somehow knowing how to position yourself. And so this tells me that maybe the folks in your family are doing all the right things. They have positioned themselves properly and they are holding themselves gracefully to remove their incidence of risk. Now, the other card, I know I'm kind of keeping you from
Go
talking,
ahead. It's all right.
is the reversed Three of Pentacles. And to me, that card is saying that this is not going to be an easy haul, that there is some amount of struggle, and some people may be dealing with a lot of, I'm going to say, not repercussions, but commentary from people around you. People trying to say, oh, you need to do more, you need to do more. Well, we're all here in quarantine. I know you've been waiting patiently or otherwise. Go on.
Yeah, we are doing these readings a little differently today. The Page of Swords, to me, I think is indicative of, right action will prevail. I mean, if they're doing everything they should, the news should be good. The scales should be balanced.
But that's what I said.
Is it?
Kinda,
And then,
sort of.
well, you went first, Mr. O. And secondly, the Three of Pentacles to me could indicate that maybe, some relatives are going to be suffering financially or might lose jobs or whatever from this position. And also, this is not to say they're totally out of the woods, I think, either. Pentacles are about health. They need to be careful and they need to be making sure they're towing the line on this in order to avoid it.
So the answer looks like it's leaning
Yeah,
towards no, but
it
there are
is.
some caveats,
Some
there.
caveats.
It could just be that maybe and they do say that most of the people that catch it really get over it pretty well. I'm actually hearing more and more about people who seem to apparently have literally no symptoms, but they have tested positive. Maybe a minor headache, some of them have said. Nothing with the lung action at all, just some more head things. Who
And
knows?
then I'm hearing some horrible things about the fact that it affects other parts of your body and that people who have recovered from it have had some lasting symptoms. So like liver issues or heart issues. There was a big story on the news tonight about an association with strokes and the coronavirus. So there's a lot they don't know. And because this hit so fast and furious, it's hard for them to work all this data out that they're getting inundated, and it's hard to keep up right now. So let me throw the Lenormand and see what that can add, or hopefully not detract from your reading. Let's see. I've got... Well, I don't know what this means, and I hope it's good. I will say this, you are going to get some news. There's the Rider card. Some news is coming in time. And I think that means pretty soon that you're going to be getting some news from family. And I'm assuming it's good news because we didn't see anything negative here.
No, I'm thinking it's what you already told us, that it's 3 more weeks. That's time. No, I'm going to go with Banshee here and just say that probably some news is coming to you. I get the feeling it's more favorable than not, but it may give you information that you are looking for too.
Well, and the thing is, the longer this drags out, the more, it's
You're
weird.
welcome,
I don't know if the risks get better or the risks get worse. It's hard to say. It just depends how all this is going to play out. I'm assuming, hopefully, things will start to right themselves now. Hey, Newfius, I'll add you to the list.
Aaron.
Yeah, that's right, Aaron. All right. So, that was what we had for you, Patton. And Masonic, you are next. And then Balkis, Josephine, Libra, and Aaron.
Is Levi an energy vampire? Oh, no, he's just a 3-year-old.
He's just... We can answer that one as former parents. But, all right.
That's interesting. How do you want to handle that?
Well...
Let's do...
Do we want to do 3 cards for this? Just see what it says about Levi?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, okay, so I'm going to go back to my Tarot of the Ages for that.
Sure. I'll use my After Tarot next. For the next reading.
Well, somebody in my family, I don't want to say who, they named a child after a name that they thought was biblical, but to me, I thought that name was the ancient Egyptian god of evil. No more shall be said.
Methinks you've said enough, Mr. O.
I always do.
Did I mention my birthday's 3 days away?
No, not in the last 5 minutes.
Did I mention how excited I'm getting?
So don't forget to watch us on Sundays too. We're on Eastern Standard Time 2 to 4 p.m. on Sunday afternoons. Next week we will be doing a monthly modality messages. These are as the sun moves into the next astrological sign. We do this reading that will help out all of the signs. It's a very cool reading that we came up with ourselves. So check that out. Also, my emotional exchanges will be on tomorrow at 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, and that gives the lowdown on the emotional matters you can expect to happen in the week ahead. So, okay, we are just doing 3, right?
Yep.
Okay. Well, that's kind of interesting.
That came up again. 6. What is that? That's 2 swords. Is that swords too, or about
No,
wands?
they're all different suits.
Okay.
There's the 7 of Swords, and they're all upright. There's the 6 of batons or wands, upright, and the 8 of coins.
Wow, they're all pretty positive.
Yeah, they're more or less positive.
There is that one. Do you want to go first? I'll let you go first again, Mr. O.
Well, you're asking if he's an energy vampire, and I think that
that's a card
to
for
some
that.
degree, this is somebody that takes things. I don't know if swords is more the energy card than, say, wands would be, but I guess there is an energy to swords.
But there is a thievery or an underhandedness about that.
Well, that's a vampire. They're
That's a
taking something
vampire.
that they don't have right to take.
I know. And yet there's a victory here. Maybe they feel that maybe the 3-year-old feels they're getting the attention they crave by doing the behavior that they're doing.
Well, I'm going to say that they're an apprentice energy vampire because of the 8 of coins, and that all of this is really about learning how to be the best possible energy vampire ever, because in that way lies victory. I'm serious. No, I'm not. But I think that a lot of times people do play the role of a trickster or an energy vampire, if you will. And sometimes these are on ways of learning mastery over ourselves. And this card, the 8 of coins, tells me that ultimately he is moving towards a mastery. Maybe it's not really the energy vampire thing.
So let me ask you this. I like this. So what is your opinion? I mean, generally, when you look at the 8 of coins, is that like a card of education or learning to some extent?
Well, I think it's striving towards mastery. It's a journeyman. It's an apprentice who's trying to learn. So they're not really there, although this card sort of says they are going there.
Well, I'm thinking again, I'm just going to go with this again because I think this fits even more, but thank you for that background, because to me, that 7 of Swords is indicating, yes, they act out, they have this behavior, and they're sucking you dry of your energy in the process of that. And it's basically because they've learned they get what they want by doing it.
They're getting a reward. They're getting some sort of
some kind of reward, whether it's your energy, whether it's attention. It seems like they're feeling there's a reward by being this way.
Well, maybe the 8 of coins is telling me that it's the parent who needs to learn something.
Maybe.
How to be a better parent, how to be a firmer parent, how to properly train the child in terms of these kind of manifestations.
Hey, Lakeisha, I've got you on the list.
Hi, Lakeisha.
Well, let's see what the Lenormand has to say about this situation.
So the answer is more or less yes, but it may not be as bad as what you think.
Yeah, I think, right.
For some people, maybe it's quite charming and entertaining, especially in a house of cooped up people. But, I could see where it really can get on your nerves. And also, if there is actual energy being taken, that's draining.
Look, at any learned behavior can be unlearned. So there is hope. But, you got to maybe not reinforce or make them feel they're winning.
Merwin, I'm so glad you joined us, but please don't encourage Banshee
Merwin!
anymore.
Hey, I've been talking about my birthday all night here, Merwin.
Yes. Okay.
Driving Mr. O bananas.
Even before you came, I think she has mentioned that it's her birthday in 3 days. 3 times at least so far.
I haven't talked about it enough, frankly. Also, it's not only about gifts to me. I plan on giving gifts out too, so I'll be talking more about that later. But at any rate, here we have the mask.
Oh.
Followed by the ship.
That's an odd combination.
It is an odd combination. And I'm thinking here that what it's saying to me is that you may not realize this right now, but things are changing. Slowly but surely, I think the behavior is going to go through a cycle of change. It's just not that apparent right now because apparently all of this bad behavior is clouding the fact that the child is undergoing a period of change and transition.
Well, some of my other cards kind of showed that too, that there was something more happening there than just being the energy vampire kind of thing. But I am wondering too, if that's what's happening here, is that really, when you think about it, 3 is kind of like a shallower echo of what 2 was. And so it's like, this is that year of really moving away from the terrible 2s. So it's his last chance to really be that person. But I think I agree with Banshee that probably as he gets closer to 4 and beyond, you're going to see a change and maybe something better maybe they're gonna, like I said, attach themselves to a real learning process. I realize 4 is young, but you know what? If they can earn a paycheck, damn it, let them do it. Okay, I didn't really.
Oh
do
my
that.
gosh, child labor now he's promoting. Okay. Thank you, Merwin. I do deserve a great birthday. I do.
Yes, she does.
And I'll make sure I have one by hook or by crook.
I won't say it.
It's just a little different this year because even though I'm boasting and jumping for joy, I'm really not spending a lot on myself. I know he doesn't think so. Or doing things
You're
too
welcome.
outrageously because it's just hard right now with all this sadness around me. It seems kind of inappropriate to be too celebratory, but hey, I'm still going to party.
Well, although you can hold your own with any internet shopper, you really like to be tactile with what you're shopping for. And
true.
you're dead in your tracks now because you can't go to a store, you can't touch something, you can't look at it, you can't flip the pages of it. So it must be miserable to be Banshee right now.
It's a little sad. I would be out there getting myself a new birthday outfit right now. I could buy one online, but it's not the same.
So who are we reading for?
Who are we reading for? Next on the list is Masonic. I don't know that I mentioned that. Masonic, and then, wait, we just read for Masonic, did we not?
I was waiting for you to realize that.
Hello. And then Balkis, you are next. Josephine, Libra, Aaron, Lakeisha, and Merwin. I do celebrate my life. I do celebrate every breath I take because, and especially being here for 63 years. I mean, some people might, I think I said this on Twitter today, some people might say, oh man, I'm 63, getting old, And I say, wow, I made it to 63. How did I do that? Amazing. Is there going to be 63 more?
Who knows, Masonic? We might be able to. But not right now.
Not right now, Masonic, but you never know. If we have time on our hands at the
Okay,
end.
so we have Balka's question, and I'm going ahead to cut now.
Okay.
Can you reach these?
That's a 9 number, and this is my year. It's a 9 year for me, and 9 is my destiny and my birthday, all my numbers, birthday, my name number, you name it. And if you do the numerology on Banshee, guess what you'll find? It's a number 9.
Wow.
Oh. Well, isn't that a load of stuff? Okay, so this is karmic lessons.
Well,
I think I've got it.
go ahead.
I've got it.
You might help me.
Okay. So did you tell the cards? This is the Two of Wands reversed. We have the 6 of Swords reversed.
No, it's upright.
Upright, I'm sorry. Yes, thank you. And then we have the 3
Hi,
of
Laura.
Cups. Upright. Hey, Laura.
So what do you got?
Well, what I've got is, okay, you know what? Your lessons in life is how you respond to failure or defeat or things not going your way. And what I think your karmic lessons is how to move on from that. You need to learn how to move on from that and celebrate you.
Because there's a party.
Because there's a party. And,
well, that's what I'm thinking. It's like, okay,
go on.
2 of Wands reversed.
Oh, Jenna's here too. Hey, Jenna.
Burn some bridges here is what I'm thinking this card means. It's like, sort of let it go. That's saying that too. Move on. Burn the bridges of those who don't really appreciate you.
He moved the camera.
You don't need them. If you're trying really hard for somebody who never is going to appreciate you, you should just come to that realization and you need to move on because in there is some happiness and maybe how you're actually meant to be happy. Like maybe the idea is that with that first card, you are coming to this realization that happiness isn't what you have thought it was or what seems to be around you right now. And you need to maybe break away from that.
It's our karmic lessons.
Yes. Well, that's what I said.
That's what you said.
You weren't paying attention?
I did.
Okay.
It just sounded like it was more present than the karmic lesson. I think this
Hi,
is
Jenna.
I think this is an ongoing life lesson for you. You know, it's how you pick yourself up from defeat, from setbacks, from plans not going the way you want them to, and how you move on. And you know, you need to celebrate. You need to celebrate the process. You know, you need to celebrate the fact that you can move on and you can pick yourself up and you can move forward, you know, without grief or agonizing over things. Those are the kind of lessons that you have to learn.
Well, and I think that really what it is too is that it starts with the idea that you have to maybe accept and understand that it's not working out, whatever those things are. I'm not saying your whole life isn't, of course. I'm just saying that there is some
Right.
particular thing you're going to realize that's not really what's bringing you happiness. You may have thought it was, or maybe it was, but it no longer is. And so you need to just have the courage to move ahead and move beyond that, because that's where you will find the happiness. You may, of course, be added, Jenna.
You're already at it, Jenna.
Already added. So now we're pulling the Lenormand.
Well, I've got the cross grief card here. And then I've got the decision card after it. And so, you know, sometimes, you know, if we take this into the realm of the karmic lessons again, sometimes I think that what's going on here is that you need to not stress and fret so much over decisions that you have to make. You just have to make them, you know. There's lots of worries and heartache and grief surrounding decisions in your life, and you have to get beyond that to really make the decisions.
I agree with that, Banshee, and I think that this harkens a little bit towards the
Maybe.
After Tarot's 6 of Swords. And I'm saying that basically you need to come to terms with whatever you are grieving about, whether it's a deep, deep grieving or whether it's just really realizing things must change. And you need to face that decision, because once you do, though, you are moving yourself towards a path where you will find your happiness. It may take a while, it may take a long time, but you are moving in that direction.
So I hope that makes some sense for you. And that's what we have for you, Balkis. So, hey, Josephine, you are up. And then after Josephine is Libra Cusp, Aaron, Lakeisha, Merwin, Laura, and Jenna.
Well, we've kind of filled up our schedule
We
a little
did.
bit. And
See
we
how
are,
that happens?
nearing the end of our first hour. You're very welcome.
You are welcome.
We appreciate all of you.
And glad to see you all here. Everybody's doing well. That is just good to hear.
And those who aren't here tonight, we know that some of you may be in a healing mode right now. You may be recuperating from things, or you may be in a down mode. We send you our energy. We respect you, and we know you'll be with us again.
It's just a tough time right now. So, Josephine, okay. Okay. Well, let's see if that's true. Can we use these
Let's
again?
get the animal tarot and see if we pull out a bug. No.
No, we'll use this one again, but I will bring that one out again. Although, I haven't brought out my Cero Marchetti one yet, so we'll see about that too. You shuffled?
Yes, so just go ahead and cut. Sunman.
He wants to play with the cards. I got him. Maybe. Here. Well, you might bug him, Josephine. What I have is the Chariot reversed. I have the Wheel of Fortune reversed. And once again, the Four of Swords has come up reversed. So 3 reversals again, which is interesting. And I don't like to see that Wheel of Fortune reversed. It's almost as if there's some bad fate or timing here associated with you and this person. The Chariot also shows things moving very slowly right now, or maybe not at all.
Was this the first one?
Yeah. Isn't that the card we pulled? No, that's not what we pulled, is it? For our...
I thought I've had it in, maybe it was in another reading we were doing
Was it for our card of the day today?
I don't remember.
Yeah, I think it was. We've been pulling a lot of major arcana for our card of the day. Anyway.
I got cards coming out of my ears.
So, what do you have to say?
Okay, well, let me remind myself about the question again.
Oh, well.
There it is.
I'll let you go. I forgot a card.
This
but
is
that's
what
okay.
T is thinking and feels. Well, this is interesting because 2 of the cards are similar in a way. They sort of maybe represent that they don't see a lot of energy from you at this time, or they don't see direction or movement. They sort of see a sluggishness maybe, or they don't see you moving ahead in a certain way, and or they maybe are feeling that there's something about you, a vibe that feels off to them. Maybe it's unlucky-ish feeling around you, or maybe it's feeling like they're concerned about your luck. Like maybe they have a perception that they feel about you in that respect. But on the other hand...
Then we have that, and that's almost the exact opposite of
yes,
that. Like
these 2 are near, because on the other hand, maybe this is saying they don't want you to be this person, they want you to be this person. They want you to... But see, that sort of sounds the opposite of what you're feeling there. But like, so maybe it's this way. Maybe they think this about you, but this is what they really want to think about you. This says they feel there's movement, or there's coming back into an arena that maybe you had been out of for a while. Whereas this one is sort of saying, no, you're going into that mode. So maybe this is what the change is here, is that this person feels like you change a lot. You're up and down to them, I guess. Like maybe they can't kind of gauge your energy. They sort of want to hit on your energy when they feel you're more in an up mode, but then it seems like it changed really quick for them. It really, to me, sounds, now that I'm sort of looking at it from that point of view, like it is truly more about their perception, which is what you're asking.
Yes.
Their perception is that they don't have a handle on you in a way, that they sort of feel like you fluctuate a lot, or that there's variability in you.
You know, and I know now that we did get this card because I tackled this in the tarot for today, tarot for tomorrow. And the thing is about this card, at least from my perspective, sometimes it can indicate somebody who's up 1 minute, down the next, kind of doesn't have a handle on their emotions. Maybe they're wondering about, your emotional... I'm not saying this in a negative way, like they think you're crazy, but that they're worried about your emotional stability, that you're up 1 minute, you're down the next. They're not sure what to make of it. And here... maybe they want you to see you more actively engaged with them in some way.
So are they feeling maybe what they're feeling, if you're feeling like they feel like they're bugging you, it's because they're sort of seeing this and they're wondering if they're pushing you too hard or they're not pushing you hard enough. Something like that.
I sense that there's a lack of balance here because of the Chariot reverse. The Chariot really is saying, get your emotions in balance with your logical side, get the parts of you in order. And so if this is the way that person is viewing you, that might be why, right now, karmically or fate-wise, the wheel is not turning in a positive direction between the two of you right now. Now, of course, this is how this person views you. Whether it's really true or not, that remains to be seen. But I do sense that they might want to see some more active response from you in some way, some more positive responses from you, some movement towards them to, maybe turn this around.
Maybe they're looking for you to provide the direction. They don't feel you have been, but they feel you have the energy to do that. or that you have the reasons to do that.
Gosh, I hope that made sense. It's really interesting today. It seems today the cards are having, in my opinion, it seems like the cards we're pulling are having a hard time getting a bead on relationships.
Yeah, and I don't know what that could be. Some positioning of the moon, maybe. I don't know.
Well, I just sense it's the nature of, what's going on today with the different isolation things going on. It's just, maybe it's coming through.
I hope it's chocolate, but you know what?
Oh.
She'll eat it even if it's not chocolate.
Give me 2 minutes to bake it. Okay.
Yum, yum. All right, so let's pull that Lenormand, and then we can tie this up.
Oh. Well, there's the birds, which is often about gossip or talk or communication. And it's followed by this card again, the path, which oftentimes means a decision. It could also mean a direction, that somebody wants to go to. And I'm kind of getting the feeling, Josephine, that what this is saying to me is that you're probably going to find out pretty soon, maybe through talking to this person, exactly where they stand.
Well, I also get the feeling, too, that maybe as another possibility here is that maybe, and I don't know if you kind of like them or if they kind of annoy you, but I'm wondering if, like, maybe you're going to find out that they have talked with somebody about you and that may lead to how you'll decide to deal with them. Like you might feel like they said things out of turn possibly, or that they were trying too hard to do something that they shouldn't have been doing. Maybe they were trying to be helpful, but maybe they overstepped their bounds. So I'm wondering about that too. All right, Banshee?
Me and Sunny are having a moment.
I see.
Okay.
Yeah, now he's going to take...
I'll show you.
Give him an
I'll
inch. He
sit
takes
on your cards,
the mile.
he says. That's what we have for you,
that's
Josephine.
What we have, Josephine.
I hope
that is
helped.
helpful. You'll have to let us know more when it develops.
And let's get my list if Sunny will let me. Hey, Libra Cusp, you are up. And after Libras, Aaron, Lakeisha, Merwin, Laura, and Jenna.
Excuse me.
Yes, I'll be baking this weekend, but we were late and I was lax in putting in a food order, so I probably won't have supplies to make the cake I wanted. However, no worries, I will make something wonderful for myself all the same.
Oh. And Mr. O is a little bit tired today. I'm not sure why.
And rumor has it we might actually get a dinner out that day, and there might be a really nice cake dessert with it.
Yay, more cake. Just what we need. And we are waiting for Libra.
Yep, Libra, are you with us?
To give us their question. I'm going to type them in.
They might have stepped away. So I'm going to be working on Soul Stories. I should have had one out already, but I did not. Boy, as much as I don't mind working from home, I have to admit, I seem more scattered now with what I need to do outside of work at home. So I'm working at home. So it's kind of, I'm still not getting the total work-life balance together working from home.
Well, I hope that did help, Josephine, and you are welcome.
Oh, okay. You're very welcome, Josephine. Libra. Last call for Libra. Did you type their name?
I did.
Okay. Why don't I? Oh, there it is. Oh, it's Libra or Cusp. Okay.
Well, if you do show up again, there'll probably be time to do you at the end.
I think so.
So I think we're going to move on. Who's next?
Next on the list is Aaron.
Aaron. Nephesis, whatever that is. How do you say that?
I'll let you handle that. There it is. Okay. Just give us your question, Aaron, and we'll be ready to go. There it is. You want it back. Okay, that's reasonable.
How does Aaron find their spark?
There. Oh, did you?
That was
Did
a
you
little
startle
startling for
him?
him.
Well, because I was just getting him all excited about the pen. We have a little sunny play here. Whoa.
Go ahead and shuffle.
Of course I will. We have plenty of time. Ah, there we go. I'll slide him by you. Oh, those emojis.
You needed the spark to light the oven, right? For the cake that you're baking? Where is the spark?
Where is the spark?
Okay, we have 3 cards for you. We have the 9 of Pentacles, upright. We have the 10 of Wands reversed. And then we have the 2 of Wands also reversed.
So speaking of spark, you've got 2 fire cards here.
Yeah, Wands are fire energy.
Mm-hmm. Well, you want to go ahead? I have a thought, but I want to coalesce it more.
Well, how do you find your spark? I'm thinking a lot of this is related to you looking more deeply into yourself and what you already have, looking at what you have accomplished, how you feel about that, and maybe somehow that sets the stage for finding your spark. Being comfortable, being relaxed, enjoying your life as you can. But the 10 of Wands reverse says you need to free yourself from things that oppress you. And maybe what those things could be is the expectation of being really dominant. You have dominion reversed. And so I'm thinking this is saying is you have to kind of pull yourself away from too much being oriented around success. Success will come to you, but you can't let that be the main thing that motivates you. Banshee?
Jenna, don't worry, you didn't miss your turn. You're more towards the bottom of the list, so you're still okay. Well, you know what? I hate to say this, Aaron, the way I'm looking at this is just the way I see these cards is perhaps you have become too comfortable without that spark. Is that possible? Because the Nine of Pentacles shows a sort of comfort in, maybe not struggling so much for your goals and desires, maybe not, and maybe the fact that, and that's why things are failing or sparks are not taking off. I feel like the Nine of Pentacles shows a sort of comfort level here with situations as they are. And so if you want it back, you're going to have to shake things up a little bit, and you're going to have to say no to all the things that might be holding you back from, that creative drive and energy, what's sapping it from you, what you're allowing it to sap from you. Because I almost sense you're allowing that to happen, and you need to release the burdens or the things that are that are drowning that spark, basically. And so sometimes maybe some setbacks or failures from the past help dim that spark, so that you now just, well, I'm kind of happy where I'm at. I don't know if that makes sense to you. And I don't mean to be harsh there or anything, but maybe you become a little bit more comfortable in your position than you realize. And it is time for you to step out of that comfort zone and reignite that fire. It's not going to just ignite for you. You're going to have to do something to get out of your zone to make it happen.
You need a little bit of adversity to kind of give you something to strive for. You need a little edge there that maybe you're not having right now because of some levels of comfort. Does it make sense? Thank you. Appreciate that. We're going to throw 2 Lenormand to see if they give us any clarity there.
Oh my gosh. He's just my buddy. Aren't you? Aren't you my buddy, son man? Yes, you are. Well, I'm not sure how this ties in exactly. We have the letter here. And we have the maze. The maze has reared its head again. And the maze came second. So it seems to me that you're going to get some confusing news. I don't know what this means, if it's how it's relating to your spark. But there's some news or information that's going to come your way that's important to you, and it's going to really leave you wondering what to do about it. You're going to be kind of left in a state of confusion, which again, sometimes states of confusion leave you kind of frozen in place, So I think you're going to have to try to find a way to break out of that cycle of plateauing. It's like you've hit a plateau and you're staying there.
Well, I think that those 2 cards possibly relate to the final card, the 2 of Wands reversed. And I think what that's saying is that something does arrive, some news, somehow, a situation, a communication that kind of does pull you out of that comfort zone, because what it's saying is that something that you more or less was just thinking you were expecting, the 2 of Wands, it's actually not working out for you, that particular project or situation. I am thinking it was about something you were expecting to happen, because once again, maybe there's just this sense of complacency in your life. And this may be that shakeup when this happens that will create the spark.
Maybe so.
That's what I'm wondering. Yeah.
That could be what it is. And then you're just going to have to realize that you're going to have to do something about this.
Right. And a lot of people, they need that. They need something to kind of give them that kick in the pants once in a while. I definitely need that to just really make them see a different perspective or a different way of doing something.
So that's what we have for you. It's interesting to me because sometimes the Lenormand ties things up really neatly for me and it all fits together. But in this case, I almost feel like the 3 cards were really tied together and the Lenormand kind of left me hanging a little bit, like what's going on there? I have to say, and it usually doesn't work out that way for me. So I hope that helps, Aaron. I hope that gave you some information you need to think about there.
And public service announcement, but for his many fans, the Sunman has apparently left the studio for the moment.
He will jump back. You know he will.
He will.
So, okay, Lakeisha. Whoa, Lakeisha's right on it. Lakeisha knew she was next. Okay,
and
Lakeisha.
She wants to know about that money.
Lakeisha's up, and then Merwin, Laura, Jenna, and Libra. Well, let's ask a yes/no on that, eh?
I think so.
All right. I'm going to get out my Ciro Marchetti for the next one.
before this month ends. So that's like barely...
Couple weeks away.
Well, today it's 2 weeks. Tomorrow it's less than 2 weeks. I have a little headache today. I don't know what's going on. I'm a little
It's my
headachy.
money and I want it now. That was a commercial, wasn't it? I remember. Can I count them? Do you want to pick them up, though? I like you to pick them up your way. Oh. Thank you.
Very colorful.
They are. Oh, boy. Well, you only have one ace, Lakeisha, the Ace of Wands. I'm going to say it's leaning towards no, and there is some cards here that really reflect that. We have the Five of Cups upright. We also have, here comes Sunman again, the Nine of Swords upright. And then we have that Ace of Wands. And so basically the five, here, let me hand you these. The Five of Cups upright. You know, the card itself says loss in pleasure on it. And basically, so the Five of Cups, you're kind of like looking at things that are spilled over and you've lost. And you don't realize you still have something left. I think what this is saying, though, is that, you know, there's still, the money is not here yet. It's not here yet, and it's disappointing to you. That's what it's leaning at right now. The Nine of Swords, again, is a lot of worry associated with this and, you know, stress. And so that's what I'm seeing right now. What do you have to say, Mr. O?
Well, I'm wondering with these cards if
yeah,
this has been an ongoing situation for maybe a little while, and that this person, if it's a person or if it's a company, they literally maybe are the epitome of somebody who is purposefully messing with you, purposefully trying to withhold paying you the money. I think that's what the Nine of Swords is telling me. And or maybe the Five of Cups. So I'm thinking the answer is more likely no. And it just doesn't look like it's anything is giving us a clue that it would happen in any near frame of reference.
yeah.
So just, you got to keep pressing at
Let
it.
me
Is what it
check
looks
the
like.
Lenormand, Lakeisha, and see what else we can see here. But, you know, hey, this is one time I would like to say I hope I'm wrong again.
Mm-hmm.
But right now, that's what I'm seeing. I'm leaning towards no. I mean, you know, it's possible, and I'm just going to throw this out there. It's possible you might receive something because you know how the cups are remaining, but it's not going to be what you expected.
Right, you're
That's
still
a
disappointed.
possibility.
You're still disappointed because it wasn't really what you thought you needed to get.
Well, do let us know if we're wrong.
Absolutely.
Because I definitely, you know, it happens. The cards don't always pick it up.
Gee, Banshee, maybe we should go back to another question on Brexit, like Pat asked.
We might. Well, this is the first card I drew. And that is like the path or decision. This has come up like 3 times today at least. And then I got the coffin. So to me, there's a couple ways I could look at this. I think this is eventually going to resolve itself because something is coming to an end. Maybe the waiting will come to an end. Or they've made a decision and they're not going to send the money. If there is that possibility, there's something coming to an end and it will resolve itself one way or another. This isn't exactly telling me if it's going to be a positive or negative resolution.
Right. My own personal feeling is that it is the latter, that probably it may not work out in the long run, or it may just take an exceedingly much longer time.
Because the other thing that this card could mean besides path, decisions, is options. And what it could mean is that some options are coming to an end. Some alternatives are coming to an end. Does that make sense? Because that's kind of what I'm seeing here. And that's what we have for you.
And Libra Cusp showed up, and yes, we did have to give your turn to somebody else, but we can still probably squeeze you in today, Libra.
We'll be able to squeeze you in, Libra, but you're at the end now, but there's only a few in front of you. So hang with us. So we're done with Lakeisha. Merwin is up, and then Laura, Jenna, and Libra.
Alrighty, we should be able to do this.
We should be able to do this.
You're welcome, Lakeisha. General reading. Do you want to use your Marchetti?
Oh, there it is. Yep. Okay.
I will not leave.
Sorry, Libra.
I'll get out the broomstick, Libra. I think I have to put it upside down behind a door or something. Mexican trick. Right, Pat Rose, if you're out there?
You silly.
Well, she corrected me on that one.
Did she?
Yes, because I've been doing it with the broom the other way around. Oh. But it always worked for me. Hey, stretchy man. I see those little chicken legs over there.
Well, he just gave me barely enough room to shuffle. There you go.
We have such fun. Whoa.
Sunday, birthday. I did get myself 2 new ebooks. I'll be talking about them Sunday. I'm thinking of, I am going to get some card decks for myself, but I don't think they will make it by my birthday. But there will be a new card deck or two. One of them is because of thanks to Mitchell Osborne, Intuitive Me on Twitter. He just did an unboxing of the Golden Girls Tarot. And you know I have to have that.
Hi, M.M.
Hey, M.M.
All right.
What is that card? It's reversed. Oh, it's a 6. Okay.
Yeah, the 6. Okay, Merwin. We have the 8 of Cups upright. Pretty card. We have the 10 of Wands reversed. Oh, we just had that one.
Yeah, we did. But in another deck.
But it with a different deck.
Yep.
And then we have the 6 of Cups.
And we've had that one in other decks.
Reversed.
Yeah.
I don't think it was reversed, though. So.
Shall I go?
Go ahead if you wish.
Well, the 8 of Cups upright is indicating, you want to move on. You want to move on to something that's really going to be much more satisfying for you in your life. You're tired of, I don't want to use the word settling for things, but that comes to mind. And, you're beyond that now. You want to move forward and you want something that's going to bring more positivity into your life.
Well, you're moving on towards freedom.
Well, I'm getting to that, Mr. O. Thank you for that. But basically, I think also, like he said, this is either freedom or release from things that have been really holding you back. There may have been things that have been holding you back or keeping you down, and it's time to let that baggage go. Let that sucker go, because again, and it looks like it's relating to things from your past. There's some unhappy memories or disappointments in your past that maybe you are yet still holding on to, and you need to release them in order to bring that light, bring that beauty, bring that new love, bring whatever it is you want to happen into your life.
You should catch up there.
Ma'am, I know.
Well, they wished
Anything
you a
else?
happy birthday.
Oh, everybody's wishing me a happy birthday. Oh, thank you, thank you. Be here Sunday. Toast my birthday.
Well, I already explained what I saw with these ones, Merwin, and I think that's sort of what it is. But with that Six of Cups reversed, then too, I think that what that's saying is that as you're moving towards something else, moving away from, this lack of freedom or curtailment, maybe, you also find that part of that, I think, is involved in releasing memories of the past that are part of that curtailment, that maybe what you're moving from is letting go of the baggage memories. Some of them, at
Seems
least.
like this is going to be a real theme for you. That letting go, releasing yourself of burdens or things that maybe have been, weighing on your mind heavily. A lot of things that weigh on our mind affects us physically as well. And so I'm sensing that that's going to be a real theme here. But I love, personally, I always had, I don't know why, I always felt really positive about the Eight of Cups. Some people, I don't know, because it's this card of moving towards something, moving away from something, coming back to something. There was something really magical about this card whenever I would see it.
It's moving beyond your present circumstance, and that is magical.
Yeah. And really, when it's upright, it's really to achieve something that's a higher level of happiness or fulfillment. That's, I think, why I like that card.
So let's throw that Lenormand for Merwin and see what's up there.
Yeah, isn't it funny? I'm shuffling the wrong deck here.
Whoops.
Sonny is confusing me. He's confusing me, I say. It can't be that I have birthday on the brain or anything.
Seriously.
Double seriously.
Right, because these came up together before, didn't they?
I think, no, that came out with something else, but
Okay.
now they came out together.
Well, she drew the Path.
Yeah. The Path Decision card again.
And the Mask, which may be about deceptions or finding out about things. Go ahead.
Well, how did I do them first? It was the Path first.
The Path was first.
So basically, this looks to me like you're going to have a decision to make, and you're going to have to really pierce the layers surrounding this decision to seek the truth, because you're not going to be really clear. What is he doing? You're going to be
Shedding.
No, did you see he was like
Rippling.
yeah. So basically, you're going to have to really pierce the veil here, because it looks as though either some information is hidden from you, is obscured, or somebody's actively trying to hide something from you. And in order to make this decision, you're going to have to find out the truth of
Is
the
there
matter.
a possible mystery connected to a past incident, childhood even, that maybe makes a determination about changing your path? I just sort of, when she said that, I'm sort of tying it into that Six of Cups there, just that maybe the Mask is about uncovering deceptions in the past that happened, and that this is what really, because you're giving up curtailment and choosing a new path. And of course, so that was there too, the Eight of Cups reverse or upright, which was about a path. I know I'm just meandering there, but
No, you're not, actually. I think that what you did was good. I was looking at them as separates again, because sometimes when I do a general reading, I think this could be talking about something else other than what the cards are revealing. But I absolutely see what you're saying here.
well, it comes to me as a flash that this deception or thing you're finding out is somehow connected to things from the past.
Maybe, but I think that it's definitely connected to maybe the releasing of the what's on your mind,
Yeah.
whether it's a past
Okay.
thing or not. And I think here you have to decide, to strip away those things that are falsely holding you back from making decisions to move in a more positive direction, this direction of the Eight of Cups to seek something
The baggage
higher.
stuff.
Maybe you're deceived in holding on to these things, from the past, like they should still mean something to you. But I think really that's the deception. You need to let them go so that you can move more freely into a new state of mind, a new consciousness, a new direction.
Thank you for more birthday greetings for Banshee, everyone.
Keep them up. Keep them coming.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Alrighty, so that's what we have, Merwin.
Yeah, that's what we have for you, Merwin. I don't know if that makes sense, but that's what it looks like to us right now. Happy early birthday. Every day is my birthday. No. I celebrate every day I'm here. So that was Merwin.
Janky, is that a word? I've never heard that word before.
Janky, I have heard it.
What does it mean, Banshee?
Oh. But I don't know what it means.
Does it
I
mean
have heard it.
Jacked up? That one I know.
Is it like wonky?
Wonky. Okay, was Laura next?
Laura is next.
Okay, so general for June.
So Laura, you're up, and then Jenna, Libra, and Am.
Jenna came through and says it means weird.
Okay.
So therefore, I am the king of janky.
Jacked up. Okay, all right. So,
I'm the king of jacked up, too.
Jennifer Laura, I'll let you shuffle first because Mr. Man is in my way here.
Mr. Sunman. Mr. Sunman, bring me out the...
So, do you know, this morning again, he was sleeping on my side, and he was laying on my arm again for goodness knows how long. I just love when he does that. He does this every morning, like I would say it's between probably closer to 6 o'clock in the morning, because I get up at, wait, that's not right, 5 o'clock in the morning, because I get up at 5:45. And, yeah.
Well, when he does that to me, he'll get right in my face. And it's mostly because he wants to annoy me, so I'll get up and feed him.
See, he does the morning feeding, and I do the night feeding. And so, he gets bothered by them every morning because they want him up to feed them. Okay.
Interesting. Okay, Laura?
So it's a message for June.
I thought it was just a general.
It says general message for June.
Oh, I see. Okay. King of Wands reversed. Star reversed.
Interesting.
Queen of Coins upright, which is nice.
Looks like two people.
Maybe.
And the star is right in the middle, reversed. So,
the general message could be that you're moving between the things that inspire you or do not inspire you at all. And so what those may be is that you're looking at yourself and you're feeling that your abilities to network or to present yourself socially or enterprise-wise in the best light, you're sort of not feeling confident. You're feeling like you need to polish up something there. But on the other hand, you feel that there's an innate abilities to produce and to create things. So you sort of feel like you have the ability, but you just don't know how to portray it, the confidence. And so maybe this has given you a little bit of a lack of inspiration there.
yeah, the other thing is either that or it looks as though there's two people here. You know, there may be some, I don't know if you're involved in a relationship right now or if you're thinking about a relationship in June. This is funny. It's not really a love reading per se, but what it does show is maybe a little pessimism and disagreements, not seeing eye to eye with somebody, you know.
And we're differing on that because I sort of think these are things about yourself that you're looking
Right.
at.
Right. I'm looking at that's a very real possibility. But I think, on the other hand, too, socially, it indicates that you might be coming in conflict with somebody as far as
Could be.
maybe goals or, you know, goals or aspirations go. So you may not see eye to eye on what direction, future direction you want to go in with this person. You know, it could be a boss, it could be somebody in your work life. It doesn't necessarily have to be a intimate relationship of some sort. But like you said, there could be some other conflict here, going on internally in yourself as well.
Well, that's what I see, but I could sort of see where it could also be people with those qualities that are interfacing.
So kind of want to throw both of those out there for you because I think either of them are possibly likely.
So let's do a Lenormand.
And let's see if that maybe
Tells the tale.
tells the tale and tells us which direction this is really going in.
You know who this card reminds me of?
Who?
Lady Pythia,
In a way, I can
little
see
bit.
that. Yeah.
a friend of ours, who's doing okay, by the way.
Oh my gosh. How
hanging
old?
in there.
Oh, she's up there, right?
Only a couple years older than me, but she's just had a lot of health
Issues.
situations.
So yeah, she's got to watch
A friend of
this.
ours, Mary Beth, who was in Ohio, but has moved to New Jersey because of her health needs. Her sister helps take care of her because she has some
Now I am really
spinal
trying
problems.
to mix these Lenormand up.
Oh, good luck.
Will I be successful? Will
Banshee
I
and
get to say
Oberon
in
are
cards?
mixed.
How are you, Banshee and Oberon? Well, I'm celebratory. My birthday's coming. Oh, different cards. How
Yay.
exciting.
Okay, Laura, here's the final cards for you.
We have the Wishing Well. Very nice card to get. And we have the Bridge. So you know what? There may be something brewing here. There may be either an internal conflict or a conflict of interest, I don't know, with another person. But these two cards together, and I had the Wishing Well first and the Bridge, indicates to me that everything will turn out all right in the end. The Bridge shows that you are able to pull things together, to bridge any gaps. And the Wishing Well is just a card of good luck and good fortune and good things. So I think that's very
Well,
positive.
to me, the wishing well puts a better slant on the star because, of
Yeah.
course, a lot of times when people wish, they wish on a star. Okay, you're supposed to grimace or something.
Well, no, I'm not. Because you're right. The Wishing Well is a very powerful card, and I feel like it could modify the
Well, what I feel, though, is lately I've been becoming better with seeing the Lenormand symbols applied towards the rest of the reading.
well, you know what? You're making me think in the future, and we may do this.
And so this throws it back to what I was saying before
Go
about
on.
these things being things within Laura's self. And the bridge says you are going to bridge those things. You are going to bridge that divide.
Well, and I feel here, though, that, like I said, this could be a modifying influence on the star in that, maybe whatever this issue is not going to be that bad. It's not going to be like really some crisis kind of thing. It's just something you got to get over and go through, but it's not a big deal.
Alrighty.
And, I just wanted to say, Mr. O, perhaps we want to consider in the future, when we lay our 3 cards out, laying out the Lenormand at the same time.
Wow. Mic drop.
Mind blown now. So maybe we'll do that, or we'll experiment
Yeah,
with that
we'll try that,
because
yeah.
it seems to make sense in a way.
So your June message is basically
Kind of meh. Not bad,
Not bad.
but a little bit shaky. It seems like everything in the end is going to turn out all right. So I would say that maybe the month won't get off to the best of starts, but by the end of the month, everything should straighten itself out.
And you really plan ahead because we're not even at May yet.
Well, but you know what? Maybe not, because a lot of us can't do anything till June.
Word.
So we're kind of stuck where we are.
All right. Good to hear that. Too much what?
All right, everybody. So we're done with Laura. Laura, that's what we had for you. Thanks for coming. And hey, Jenna, you are up, Jenna.
Ta-da! It's now the Jenna hour.
And then Libra and Am. Want to use one of yours again?
Oh, sure. Jenna, we want your question.
Question time, Jenna.
You are very welcome.
General for next month.
All right. You got it, Jenna. If I can hold on to the cards long enough.
I was just going to say.
It must be that headache I have. The really funny thing is that all of the decks I've chosen are smaller and able to easily be shuffled and handled. Except when my head is hurting.
I saved a bottle of wine for Sunday.
Mi cabeza.
Just talking about the birthday again. I'm sorry. He just does not like Aries season like I do. Oh, look at that. Look at that stretch.
Oh, my goodness. Ooh. Yeah, it has to be rough for people with children because kids because
Oh, my goodness, yeah.
they have so much energy and there's not a lot of ways you can deal with that right now.
Okay. So what do we have?
Okay.
We are getting a lot of reversals today. And you have 2 6s in this reading.
Okay, Jenna, your cards are the reversed 5 of Pentacles, the reversed 6 of Cups, and the upright 6 of Swords. So 3 different suits. So let's tell you what those are. You know we will tell you. Okay, so the 5 of Pentacles reversed, to me, that sort of may indicate overcoming some adversity, kind of realizing deep inside that things aren't as bad as what you may have thought, and seeing actual hope for yourself in situations you're interested in. With the 6 of Cups reversed, it may be that what you're feeling, though, is that to some degree, if you've been dwelling too much in your past, in your childhood, or in past situations that were unhappy, that's only going to keep you unhappy. So you sort of have to make some breaks with that thought process. And Banshee's right. You have another 6. This 6 of Swords says you are, in fact, going to be finding constructive ways, not without a little bit of regret, but to move away from some of the things that are painful for you at this time.
Yeah, I think this is actually, Jenna, a really nice progression here, of the cards, because it's showing, as he said, there's kind of a recovery of some sort.
Coming to terms.
Coming to terms might be a better way to put it, because the 5 is not a great card either way, but it is better reversed. The 6 of Cups reversed, again, this is all coming from some past issues that, it's time to let them go. And I think you realize that, at least next month you're going to realize that. And you're really going to take some moves away from all of this stuff. It's like, do you really need to hold on to all of that in your life? Isn't it time to move on? And isn't it time to move on to something better? And so that's what that card indicates to me.
And I like this one here because he's...
Yes.
In most decks, the 6 of Swords, it's somebody in a boat. But this is the guy who's leaping across the channel.
This guy is moving himself into the right direction and leaping forward. Whereas the boat, you're right, they're on the boat and somebody's actually moving them to another shore. It's really nice.
Ascendancy.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the word on the card is ascendancy. So it's about really ascending, becoming a better person, rising to your potential.
Rising to your potential. I like that. So,
Lenormand?
sounds like the month is going to go pretty well, actually. But it's up to you. It's up to you if you're willing to let some things go and move forward with your life.
I only do the breaststroke. I'm a good swimmer, but I can mostly only do the breaststroke. The reason is because I have a fused scapularis, so I can't really do the overhead crawl as well. I can do it, but it's just not as strong. So, me breaststroke.
And I'm going to shuffle these up good again.
If I was a fish, I would probably be a gourami. Is that the kissing fish, right?
I'm actually better at just swimming, just doing the swimming stroke. I used to be a speed swimmer in my youth. I used to win some contests, races, had some ribbons in my day.
Okay, if you're making Dory jokes, I probably won't get them. I'm not even sure if I know what Amy references.
The first card I drew, Jenna, the clover.
I know that much. It is a Disney movie.
And then the spyglass. If you examine, your process next month, you're going to realize that there's just been some really fortunate events happening to you. There's going to be some things that happen next month that are going to be very fortuitous, and you may not even realize it right away. But afterwards, when you stop and you look at, where you started the month at and where you ended up, you're going to realize, wow, this has been a pretty lucky time for me.
I think what this card means too is that what you need to do is put on the spyglass and look for the luck, because the luck is there. It's just not incredibly obvious, but it's there. You just have to kind of look for it. You're going to find yourself finding some lucky occasions. And to me, luck is really more about right timing. It isn't just like some fairy godmother said, oh, Jenna, I'm going to make that happen right now. What it really is about you being in the right place at the right time, the synergy, the fate. So it is fate in a way, but it's really fate that sort of was meant to happen. You just need to look for it. Was I getting too giddy there?
No. I've seen you giddier.
And I figured that out, Libra.
Okay, so we are done with Jenna. Hope that helped, Jenna. Libra, you are up.
Yay, me.
You didn't go away this time, and now it's your turn.
Don't be a Dory.
A bee land on. Oh.
Oh, wow. Bees are about organization, aren't they? Because they're in the hive, and so they're a collective.
Well, but that's
they're
the
also
other thing,
about the
too.
honey.
They're very cooperative
Yes.
and work together.
You're welcome, Jenna.
Okay, should you keep
Okay.
seeing Josh N? All
Okay,
right.
we're going to use this deck again.
Okay. Let's see. We'll do a yes/no on that, I think.
Well, bees are sweet if they bring home the honey.
So we'll have a modality reading coming up soon, a video for that. Mr. O has his emotional exchanges coming out. And good grief, I'm due to put out...
Oh, we'll have to get that out by Monday, hopefully.
And I'm due to put out a Soul Stories like yesterday, but it didn't happen. So I'll be working on that. I've got 2 I want to get out by the end of this month, so I got to get cracking. My first one will be about dreams and dreaming. And my second one will be about how I got my name, Banshee. Banshee Shadow Wolf, to be exact.
Was this yes or no?
Well, it looks like a yes/no. Yep. Let's do it. We may have to do some other cards, but we'll see. I think yes, but
If you like him, I think you probably should. It's leaning towards yes.
I would say, it's interesting. We've got the Three of
Foundation.
Pentacles here. Yeah, but what I think it means to me, I don't know why this just came to me, is that I really think that it's going to require some work. It's not that it's going to be hard work, because it seems like both participants are going to be fairly willing.
I think so too. I mean, I think if you do feel you like him, I'd say that it looks like it's a good idea here.
It's a work in progress.
The word on this card says foundation, which I wouldn't normally apply to the Three of Pentacles exactly. To me, the Three of Pentacles is more about, well, I guess it is, but I think it's also really more about someone acknowledging your good work.
Right.
So it could be saying too that basically you two see that in each other, that you do work well together, at least at this point in time, and you feel that there's a foundation to
or
to
that's
build
something
from.
there. Maybe you don't see it, but maybe the cards are trying to say that there is something there. If you look deep down, there is a foundation there. Maybe it's not apparent, but you do have something if you're willing to work on it. And I'm going to try the Lenormand and see what they will add.
He is asleep.
And when I go into the living room tonight to watch the Dead Files on TV, he'll be sitting right next to me and Sassy on the other side.
She's already there.
She's already there waiting for me.
Yes, we've talked about this before. Well, as an earth sign,
Yeah.
the Three of Pentacles sounds good. Earth sign, Virgo.
Well, I got one of those cards again we've been getting all night. I've got the Mask. And then I've got news. Well, what does that mean? It means to me that, there's going to be...
There's some news that's been hidden, something maybe you needed to know, and for whatever reasons, I don't think it was duplicity, but somehow the message was being kept from you, and maybe you're going to find out what this message is about.
Yeah, I think you're going to find out something that you hadn't known that, is going to be revealed to you. It's not necessarily saying it's good or bad here, but what it is saying is it's something you didn't know, and you're going to kind of feel like it was being kept from you and for some reason. But now it's going to be out there.
Do you think it relates to the reading?
Well, I think it must, but I'm not sure exactly where. Maybe
what you might find is that the compatibility between you extends to the part where, I don't know if you're going to think this is creepy or anything, but that they've been, in their mind, thinking about how they really want to create this foundation with you.
Well, that's the point too, that if we're looking at this reading as mostly positive, I would say that maybe what you're going to find out is somebody's true feelings that they have been holding back. I mean, that's a possibility here. Now, that could be good, that could be bad.
Yeah, I think it's good. I think it's just really, they may have been a person who has felt that they've been burned or hurt in the past, and so they're just cautious. As a Virgo, caution is like,
oh gosh,
their first, middle, and last name. So I'm wondering if that's what's going on a little bit too, is that they're a good person, but they're cautious a little bit, and they just want to feel more secure. I think it's a good thing. I kind of get a nice glowy feeling here. So that's what I got.
Well, okay. I'm going to leave it at that, Libra. At least that's the vibe today with the cards.
All right.
That's what we have for you. And hey, guess what, Am? You are up and we're closing out with you tonight. 8:55. And oh gosh, hey Merwin, if you're still here, I just wanted to say that I was so surprised after we were talking about yes no readings on Twitter. The tarot lady came out and talked about the very yes no reading that we do. And she said she doesn't know where it comes from, but she talked about that reading. And I was just so surprised because we don't know where it originated from either, but you were taught it from somebody you knew.
I literally was shown this method when I was about 20, not quite 21. And it was literally this time of year, April, March, 1976. Oh my God, I'm such an old fart. But I was about 20 and she was about 17. And we were both into tarot cards. And there was another friend of ours. And she taught me that. And if I recall right, she said that this group of ladies she was hanging around with, Dianic, were showing this card reading. So that's how she showed me how you do it. And I've been doing it ever since. And then years later, probably a good 10 or 12 years later, I did finally notice it in a book. Somebody had pretty much written down that method in a book. But I think up until then, like the tarot lady or me, it was just some sort of oral tradition or taught by, handed down that way. You're welcome. And Am
where are you?
May have left us.
Don't leave us.
Right, because it's too tempting for me to say, okay, that's all, folks.
We'll give you a moment more. Any announcements? Any further announcements? Other than, don't forget it's my birthday Sunday.
Don't forget, it's someone's birthday on Sunday. And the admission to enter the chat room is happy birthday. Must be said as soon as you come in.
Yeah, that's right.
But
that's
even
right.
if you don't, it'll be okay. Oh, Masonic, I wanted to say something before you go. And I said, yeah, Dead Files is a really great show. I hope your situation changes and you'll be able to catch up with some episodes.
Some of them have been really awesome.
But Dead Files
season.
is a really far out show. The only other show where I thought that psychic was just as good was that new one, the celebrity one.
Well, it's not new. She's been on. He likes the...
it's new to me.
What is she called? The Happy Medium?
The Happy Medium.
Yeah, which does the celebrity ghost stories.
So good night, Masonic.
Have a good night, Masonic.
And I guess probably
last chance.
good night to all, I would think.
Just about.
See, even Sonny is ready to cash it in.
Sonny is ready to cash it in.
I don't know much about the history of Dead Files other than that I know Amy was married to Mike or whatever the camera guy's name is, but they still work together now. But she just impresses me. I mean, if I take it at the premise, Steve does this investigation, Amy does that investigation. They don't talk to each other. They corroborate at the end. It's fantastic. I don't think I've seen a psychic like her that often on TV or anywhere, really. So it's pretty awesome stuff.
Well, I guess Amanda's left us, so we're going to have to say goodnight. But thanks everybody who stuck with us towards the end here, and we really appreciate you. And we will see you Sunday.
Wait, I want to sing that song at the end of the Carol Burnett show. Okay, I'm not going to do it.
We're so glad.
We had this time together.
I'll let him sing it. I got
just
him
to
to
have
do it.
a laugh or sing a song.
Oh, God.
Seems we just get started.
And it's
before
time
you
to
know
shut
it,
him up.
Comes the time we have to say
So long. Take care, everybody. We'll see you Sunday.
Good night.
Have a good one. Be safe.